On February 22, 1803, fishermen off the coast of Hitachi Province, Japan, spotted a strange object bobbing in the waves. It was not a traditional ship, but a circular metallic vessel unlike anything they had ever seen. Driven by curiosity and a sense of wonder, they towed the bizarre craft to the shore of Horeadori, unknowingly initiating one of Japan's most enduring mysteries. The witnesses described the Utsuro-bune hollow ship as roughly 10 feet high and 18 feet wide. The upper half was composed of red lacquered wood and glass windows, while the bottom was reinforced with mysterious bronze or iron plates. It appeared incredibly sturdy and advanced, designed to withstand the crushing pressures of the deep ocean, or perhaps the vacuum of a distant void. When the fishermen peered through the glass, they saw a beautiful young woman. She stood about 5 feet tall, with pale skin and vibrant red hair, extended by white, artificial streaks. Her clothing was made of an unknown high-quality fabric, spoke a language that no one in the village could recognize. Her voice melodic, but entirely alien to the ears of the Edo period locals. The woman emerged from the vessel clutching a square golden box. She held it with extreme care, refusing to let anyone touch it or even come near it. This box became the center of much speculation. Was it a power source for her ship, a library of her people's history, or perhaps the remains of a loved one she was carrying to a final resting place across the sea? Inside the ship, the fishermen noticed strange inscriptions etched into the walls. The characters resembled circles, triangles, and squares, geometric symbols that looked more like technical diagrams than a traditional alphabet. These symbols have since been compared by modern UFO researchers to the markings reported in the 1980 Rendlesham Forest incident, thousands of miles away. The interior of the Utsuro-bune was surprisingly functional. It contained 2 carpets, a bottle of water, and some unusual food that looked like a type of kneaded dough or meat. There was no bed or traditional furniture, suggesting the craft was a short-range transport or an escape pod rather than a long-distance vessel intended for a permanent habitation. The villagers were torn. Some believed she was a princess from a foreign land, perhaps sent away as punishment for a forbidden romance. Others feared she was a supernatural being or a demon. In the rigid isolationist society of Edo, Japan, anything foreign was viewed with deep suspicion. Communication was impossible, as she responded to their bows with a polite but firm distance. Fearing the political consequences of harboring a foreign intruder, the villagers made a difficult decision. They helped the woman back into her circular vessel and pushed it back out to sea. They watched as the Utsuro-bune drifted away into the Pacific horizon until it vanished from sight. She left as mysteriously as she had arrived, taking her golden box and her secrets with her. The story was recorded in 3 separate historical documents from the early 19th century, Tuin Shisetsu, Hairi Kisher, and Umno Kiri. These accounts were written by prominent scholars and featured detailed illustrations that were remarkably consistent. The fact that multiple, reputable sources documented the event suggests that it was based on a real, physical encounter. Skeptics suggest the woman may have been a Russian or European sailor whose ship had wrecked nearby. Her red hair and pale skin would have seemed alien to Japanese villagers who had never seen a Westerner. However, the description of her hollow ship doesn't match any known Russian vessel of the time, and her circular craft remains a total technological anomaly for 1803. Modern ufologists view the Utsuro-bune as a close encounter of the third kind. They point to the craft's saucer-like shape and its advanced materials as evidence of an extraterrestrial or transmedium vehicle. The red hair and alien script are recurring themes in modern abduction lore, leading many to believe Japan was visited by a traveler from another world or dimension. Some historians argue the Utsuro-bune is a refined version of a common Japanese folk motif, the noble lady in a boat. These stories often involve a high-ranking woman sent to sea to escape a crisis, eventually bringing new knowledge or crops to the land where she lands. In this view, the metallic plates and glass were just 19th century updates to an ancient legendary structure. A more fringe theory suggests the woman was a survivor of a lost underwater civilization, like Atlantis or Mu. Her circular ship was a submersible designed for deep-sea travel. This would explain her comfort with the ocean and her lack of a traditional sailing mast. She was a representative of a hidden world beneath the waves, making a brief, accidental contact with the surface. Today, the site of the landing in Ibaraki Prefecture has become a place of interest for researchers and mystery fans. Detailed forensic analysis of the 19th century drawings continues, with engineers trying to determine if such a craft could actually float or maneuver in the Pacific. No physical wreckage has ever been found, leaving the drawings as our only window into the event. The Utsuro-bune remains Japan's most fascinating unidentified story. It sits at the intersection of history, folklore, and science fiction. Whether she was a stranded human, a mythical spirit, or a visitor from the stars, the woman in the hollow ship continues to haunt the imagination. A silent traveler who touched the shores of Japan and left the world wondering forever.